Hey there everybody, it's October, which means it's Cyber Awareness Month, a month where we want to take a minute to remind you why cybersecurity awareness is so important. It affects every single internet user, including you. I'm here with most of the rest of my company, Cyberlink Security, and they just wanted to say hi. Hi! I know all of you think that security awareness is a total drag, but we have an entire company dedicated to cybersecurity, which should tell you that it's a very real thing. So let's talk about cybersecurity and why you need to take it seriously. So when you think of cybercrime, you probably think of dodgy hackers sitting in black hoodies, typing maliciously on their keyboards. I want to introduce you to Russell.
Hey.
Russell is what we would call a hacker, but that doesn't necessarily properly describe what it is that he does on his day-to-day basis.
So my job is to help hack our customers, with their permission of course, to help make them more secure and have their applications running as securely as possible.
We call that ethical hacking. Okay, so your job is to actually understand how the bad guys think. So with that in mind, do you think that security awareness is important, and why?
Yes, cybersecurity awareness is definitely important because as a penetration tester or red teamer, I can either spend 2 weeks writing code to break into your application or break into your network using what we call a zero-day, or I can just create an email with a dodgy link that'll help me steal your usernames and your passwords, send it to your whole organizations, and there's a high probability that someone will click it and give me the information that I need. That's much easier than me sitting and writing out a new piece of zero-day code.
Why bother hacking some sophisticated network when you can hack a gullible human? A big part of why cybersecurity is so important is that personal information is the currency of the 21st century. So I want to introduce you to Christo. He is the main man on our team when it comes to protecting personal information. Hey Christo.
Hey everyone.
So I want to ask you, Christo, why would a cyber criminal want my information?
Well, I mean, the more data points that a criminal has on you, the more money they can make from you. I mean, it's like digital gold at the moment. They can sell your data for anything from $100 to $500 depending on how complete the profile is. This can lead to them impersonating you, stealing your identity, running up credit card bills, etc. Or even to people controlling you. I mean, let's just look at the Cambridge Analytica event. So, unfortunately, today's technology and the way the world works, it gives your data on a silver platter to all of the criminals out there. So remember, be safe, be smart, and respect your own privacy. Don't put too much out there. Whether you're a janitor somewhere, whether you work in retail, doesn't matter. Anybody can be a target.
Another big problem we're having in today's online society is the amount of time we spend using cloud platforms and how much of our own personal information we put on cloud platforms. So now I want to introduce you to Rion, who is our guy for all things cloud. This is Rion.
Hello guys. So I think one of the key things is that the user don't always know when they are responsible for security and when the platforms are responsible for security. So a good example of this would be is when it comes to usernames and passwords, and especially if you want to do multi-factor authentication. So who's responsible to enable that? Is it the platform or is it the end user, that should enforce this, to be more secure?
Do you think using cloud is still a good idea?
Definitely. It just has to be understood better.
So let's go over some of the basic principles and best practices that you should be using in your life to protect not only your own digital welfare, but the businesses that you represent. It sounds like such a cliche, but think before you click. Don't trust links. And I'm not just talking about links that come to you in email format. They could come to you through SMSs, WhatsApps, or any other form of communication that could send you a link. Don't trust them if you were not expecting them. However, you can hover over a link and it will show you where the link is going to take you. That way you could see if it is what you think it is. The same thing goes for internet pop-ups. If it pops up, tell it to clear off. Don't pass up strong passwords, guys. They are there for a reason. Create a long, strong password or a passphrase that is unique to you and easy for you to remember. Don't use the name of the month you are in. Try to avoid dictionary words, and please, whatever you do, don't use the name of your child or your dog. That's the first thing that a hacker is going to guess. You could even look at using a password manager to help you remember the 30 plus passwords that the average person has nowadays. Don't be a vishing victim. Cybercrime does not only happen through written attacks. Try not to give away your personal information over the phone, no matter how good the discount on car insurance is if you sign up right away. Verify. If your boss emails you out of nowhere and asks you to make an urgent payment to some random account that he's never asked you to pay into before, I want you to stop. Use your noggin and think. Does your boss normally ask you to do that kind of thing? Maybe it's a good idea to call boss man or boss lady and ask them before you go ahead with that transaction. Be social media savvy. Remember that what you share on social media can be used against you in a social engineering attack. So be cautious not to overshare and think about your physical safety before you post your location. And lastly, remember that your children are living in the same digital world that you are. All of those old stranger danger lessons, they still apply. In fact, you can translate them into our online lives. So talk to your kids. Get to know the ways that they are using social media and their digital devices. Help them to tell you what it is that they're being exposed to, and that way you can do your part in keeping them safe. And so, as you go forth into Cyber Awareness Month, I really hope that your eyes have been opened to the digital threats all around you that cybercrime poses. And who knows, maybe you'll even get an opportunity to be a cyber hero.